everyone. How are you? Welcome back to my live stream. I know I haven't done one in a couple days. It's really sad. But here I am now. I'm gonna wait for some time so some people hop on, and then I will probably go do some art stuff, honestly. Or I might just sit here and talk with y'all. So, sorry. My mask is bugging. There's like a hair or something. But hello, how are you? Anyways, oh, if any of you remember the art competition that I was doing painting for the other day. Hola, ¿cómo estás? If any of y'all remember the painting I was doing the other day for the art competition, I just heard back. I did not get into the art competition, very sadly, but it's fine. You know, you don't always get wins. There's losses in there as well. So, thank you. So, I'm just going to keep trying and not let this discourage me. So, yes. I partially, I think, might have an accent because I am half Spanish. I'm half Puerto Rican. So, I don't know if that actually does anything. I get told that I have an English accent, but you know, it's fine. I can speak like some Spanish. I can especially like repeat stuff. Like if someone were to type something in Spanish, I could read it out really nicely. But I most likely would not know what I'm saying. And or like yeah, I don't know what I was going where I was going with that. Yeah. Like I know Spanish, I can pronounce it very good. I just don't like let me bring up something. Like some Spanish but like not hold it. We're using ChatGPT, y'all. No, we're not. Like I don't know. You guys, type something you want me to say in freaking Spanish because I don't. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Buen, ¿y tú? I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I kind of copy accents, but yeah. You guys, I want questions or anything. I will talk. I will sit here and talk. But it's hard for me to talk when, like, nobody's talking in the chat. So put questions or topics or anything down in the chat. I like would love to answer you guys. Ignore if I keep looking over to the side. I'm most likely looking at my tablet. But yeah. Anyways. Oh, I wanted to ask y'all since I was on live. 1 second. So, I wanted to do an art project, but I didn't really have an idea. Well, actually, I had an idea. I just didn't know what to do with them. So, with these lights came in these little things like this. To me, they remind me of like film rolls. So, I was wondering, do you guys have any idea on how to decorate these and what I should use them for? Like, I wanted to put them like film rolls, hang up on my wall, but I need ideas, y'all. So let me know. Let me know down in the comments, like what I should use them for. Okay, I guess I'm gonna just go look up on ChatGPT, like, some questions I should answer on my life. Because I'm bored and nobody's... I just closed on my Instagram. There's so much I want to do. Okay. ChatGPT. Let's see if ChatGPT actually comes up with something good. Half the time it doesn't. Like the other day, when I did it, it was like weird. What the frick? It won't do hit where I'm asking it to. Okay. Okay. I'm looking up like questions, but if you have any, feel free to drop them in the chat. I'd love to answer them. The only reason I'm looking up questions is because nobody's asking in the chat. So, yes. Okay, I'm just gonna ask questions and I'm gonna answer them. Feel free to drop your own answers down in the comments below, or feel free to drop your own questions down below. So, oh, what's a book movie slash show that made you cry? Bridge to Terabithia. I watched both the movie and I read the book too. They both made me cry. I read the book first and then I watched the movie. I don't know my opinion on that. They're both good, honestly. But no, they both made me cry. I think the movie made me cry just a little harder though. But that's probably because I hadn't read the book for a few years, so I was like, ugh. But then they made me bawl. It's crazy. Oh, if you were a character in a fantasy world, what would your role be? I don't know. Honestly, I think the main character, and I don't. Okay, well, it's a fantasy book. I feel like it would be the fantasy book I imagine it'd be like a mortal finding their way into a fantasy world, and then like a mortal finding their way into a fantasy world, whatever, and then go on adventures, and I would be the mortal. Hi. And I would be the mortal, that has gone through all these problems and everything before finding into this fantasy world. I would be that person, yeah. Just because I'm oh, what would you name a book based on your life? I already know that one. She's Been Through the Fire. It's a song by Brian Ree. It's an amazing song, by the way. So if you haven't listened to it, go check it out. But no, that is an amazing song, and it literally describes me to a T. So She's Been Through the Fire would be the book based on my life. That would be the name of it. Fiction or nonfiction? Fiction. Love nonfiction sometimes, but fiction's always my go-to. What's one question you guys want me to answer? Well, drop any of your questions down in the comments, please. Talking or texting? Honestly, talking. Probably talking, but I don't know. Texting's fun too. Early mornings, late nights, late nights. This obviously explains it all. It is 12:43 right now. So like I said, I can say a lot in Spanish. Let me see. I'm getting some ChatGPT to get me something because I don't I can't form. I can read a lot of stuff. I can read it and I can say it out loud with almost perfect pronunciation. But I can't, and I know a lot of it, but I can only say I can only form basic sentences in my mind. I can only form basic sentences, so hola, ¿cómo estás? Buen, ¿y tú? That I can come up with on the spot. And I could do simple stuff, but I can't come up with more than that. But I can say stuff. So let me see. This, okay, let me show you what ChatGPT came up with. This is what ChatGPT came up with. That, right? So, I'm just gonna repeat that. Hola a todos, bienvenidos al en vivo. Estoy súper feliz de que estén aquí conmigo hoy. Vamos a pasar un buen rato a hablar de cosas interesantes y simplemente disfrutar el momento. Si tienen preguntas o quieren compartir algo, like that. So I can, like I said, I can read Spanish. I understood probably about half of what I said. But yeah. So yeah. No, I can read Spanish. Can't really understand. I can sort of understand it. I can speak Spanish. But I can't form it properly. I can then also speak and read Czech. I can't write Czech though. I can speak, read, and understand Czech. I can't write Czech. I can't write in Spanish either. I can write sort of in Spanish, but not very well either. In Czech, I can barely write anything. In German, I can speak some German. I can understand some German. And then Polish, I kind of know some words. And Slovakian, just because it's so similar to Czech, I can understand some. I can't speak it. I can understand some, and I can read some. But yeah. Wait 1 second, y'all. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to answer back to someone that messaged me on Instagram. Sorry. I'm trying to like finish writing something. My boyfriend texted me. Sorry. I can say that. Oh no, that is, I actually do understand that. But hola, me gusta mucho tu canal. I don't know how to say channel in Spanish. Is that how you properly say it? Hola, me gusta mucho tu canal de YouTube. Eres muy simpática y agradable. But yes. Again, feel free to drop any questions down in the comments below. Let me see. Okay. ChatGPT put the question, what I would survive this horror movie plan. I wouldn't survive a horror movie. I hate horror movies for one. And then like yeah, no. I would not survive like a horror movie. Yeah. I am not going to reveal his name, just because for privacy reasons. I don't know if he would like to be, name dropped on here. But yeah, I'll ask him. Hopefully, I'll get to talk to him, and if I do, I'll ask him if I can name drop him here on YouTube, and if he agrees, then I will do it. Mexican food is okay. Mexican food's okay. It's not something I traditionally grew up with, so it's like I don't really know how. I grew up with Puerto Rican food, like more Puerto Rican, but like Cuban food mixed into that kind of too. So I don't really have too much Mexican food influence. So, but the Mexican food that I have tried is really good. Just amigos o amigas mexicanas. I don't have any Mexican friends. No. I have some Cuban friends. I have some Cuban friends, but that's about it. No, I do not dance salsa. I am part Puerto Rican. I grew up with that. Yes. I grew up with that Puerto Rican influence. I'm very proud of my Puerto Rican heritage, but it was not something I like was super around much. It was only when I was around family. So I did not grow up with the traditional dances or the traditional music. Like, there's some few, like, Spanish songs that I know, but not very many. And I don't dance, and I don't really dance either. The most I do is, like, musical theater stuff. So, I used to do ballet and stuff like that, but that's about all when it comes to my dance experience. Oh, and then I choreograph, like, not TikTok dances. Actually, I just choreographed one. It's to, Last Call by Will Lindley, I think it's his name. So I posted the first video a couple days ago, and then I posted an updated version of the dance, like, tonight. But, yeah. Oh my god, I'm so excited for tomorrow. I get to finish planning out Mother's Day dinner, and I get to go shopping. My eyes are, like, greenish blue, more green than anything. But yeah, no, it's very, actually, well, me and my brother both have green eyes. My mother has, like, hazel eyes, but yeah. Let me do another, chat GPT question. Oh, what is something you're really proud of that nobody really sees? My mental health. That one is, I'm super proud of how I'm healing. And healing isn't linear, obviously, but I'm healing. I can tell I'm healing. And I'm very proud of that, and nobody really sees that because I keep not obviously a physical mask on all the time, but I keep a figurative mask on all the time when I'm around people, so they don't see my, worries and struggles. So people don't normally see that, but I do. I obviously see all my struggles and stuff, so I'm really glad to see that I'm healing. What's a habit you're working on right now? Stopping to pick my skin. Like, you can't really see it, but, I, like, pick my skin off, and I'm learning how to stop that. But yeah. Oh my god, you guys, if you are on Crazy Games, or like, Crazy Games, sorry, I'm trying to see if my boyfriend's up, but definitely, if you're on, like, Crazy Games, you should, sorry, do that, play Hedgies. Hedgies is so fun. I know, I really like that game. I've been obsessed with it right now. I just started today, and, like, I absolutely love it. Let me show you it. Actually, oops, I forgot I think it was on the charger. Why is it glitching on me? One second, guys. Let me try and get this up again. I do paint my nails, but it's nail polish damages your nails, so I don't like to paint them often. I actually just had them painted like a couple weeks ago, so I probably won't get them painted. I won't be painting them until my musical theater show in a couple weeks. That's when I'm gonna paint them again, just for that. And then I might paint them this summer, but probably not since I'm gonna be out. But yeah. Anyways, this is Hedgies. It is so freaking cool. Like, okay, I have to dig these garden beds right now. I have 38 things. Let me quickly get that. But yeah, this is like what I have to do. I do use makeup, but not very often. Um, Makeup, I feel okay. I'm not gonna comment on anyone who uses makeup because that's rude. I do use makeup, but only for very special occasions. Um, because I can't use makeup too often. For one, my parents won't let me. For two, I have very sensitive skin. Um, it bugs my skin very bad to use makeup. Makes my skin break out. I'm already breaking out really bad right here. I have a really bad pimple that just popped right there. Like, I'm in a really process of going through a really bad breakout right now. So, especially right now, I can't use makeup. But even in my even in like my musical theater shows where you would normally wear full face makeup, I can't even really do that. I only do blush because you obviously have to have blush because of stage lights, and I do eyeshadow and lips. But yeah, that's on a normal day that I do makeup and stuff like that. I don't normally do it on normal days. Most days I go without makeup, but if I do makeup, on a day I do wear makeup, I do it only eyes, so like mascara, liner, eyeshadow, any of those things, those are fair game. And then my lips, those are about the only things I do. But yeah, I'm actually kind of shocked. Like some of it, I'm like having to figure out like what is it? What are you saying? But a lot of it I do understand, which I'm very proud of myself, honestly. Um, this is earrings, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Um, so I do wear earrings. I have a ton. Okay. Let me actually, you guys, let me show you my earring collection. Where did I put my remote? Let me brighten these guys up. Let me show you this thing because I have I'm cursing, excuse my language, y'all. I have a shit ton of earrings. I'm trying to open this a tiny bit so I can get some light. So this is this earring collection. This is just a little bit of it, honestly. Not all these have matches, but these guys, there's a whole bunch of stuff here. There's stuff in here. In this drawer here, I can't open this right now because stuff. I have a whole bunch of earrings right there. Some there. You know, I have a ton of earrings. I forget to put them on. Do I not have earrings on right now? No, I do not. Apparently. I didn't even realize I did not have earrings on. I must have forgotten to put them on back on the other day after I took them off or something. I should put them back on. But yeah. So I do wear earrings. I'm actually getting my second piercing this summer. But I just honestly forgot to put them back on. So yeah. I forget to put them back on, and Yeah, but no, I do have a ton of earrings. My dad's like, I'm not getting you any more earrings. I'm literally buying earrings though before I go on summer vacation. I'm getting a whole bunch of earring cuffs, like 60 earring cuffs or something like that, which is crazy. But, you know, a girl's gotta do what it's gotta do, you know. But yeah. You guys, pop your questions down below. I'm happy to answer any of them. But yes, I don't know. Okay, here, I'll show you guys what I'm doing right now. Playing my game. So right now I have to produce sugar, but to produce sugar, I have to go to the mill and I have to get corn. Corn is what I use to make sugar. So I'm gonna make one sugar right now. And I'm also kind of running out of energy. But I'm gonna produce one sugar. And one sugar. I'm gonna actually make a sweet popcorn. That's salt popcorn, sorry. I can't make sweet popcorn because, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go do this. Got it. I don't have enough for that. Okay. You guys, put your questions down below. I'd love to answer them. Can't really do anything on here anyways. I might end up having to hop off soon. I don't know. Oh, let me go back to, I guess, ChatGPT and questions because the chat is silent now. Let me see. Which one do I like? Feel free, any of you who are new or stopping by, feel free to add your questions down in the comments below. Love to answer them. What's my biggest dream for the next 5 years? Oh, where I'm getting questions from is ChatGPT. I'm having them since people aren't putting questions down below. But my biggest dream for the next 5 years is probably to graduate high school and work my way into college. Actually hopefully be done by college with college in 5 years. Yeah. Because yeah, probably like 5 years, yeah. Let me think. What is the most me thing in the room right now? I don't even know. My whole room is honestly me thing because like I have customized, or I'm slowly customizing almost every inch of this room. I picked this paint color. I put up these LED lights. I made these curtains by hand. I customized this bed. I picked up these bed sheets. This blanket was given to me, obviously, but like I picked out everything in this room almost, so I'm customizing it slowly, inch by inch, adding all my art to it and everything. So like I think my whole room is like me thing. Like, I don't know. My zodiac sign is a Pisces, and I believe in it wholeheartedly. Let's look up the Pisces traits, and I will tell you right now, they are so Alexa just came up on my phone or on my tablet. Nobody asked for you, woman. Nobody asked for you. Anyways, so Pisces woman traits. Nobody wants to read that. Actually, yes, I do. I'm a little. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and it's a water sign. I love water. I love swimming, so that makes sense. Extremely emotional, empathic, and extraordinarily sensitive personality. Me to a T. I cry over anything. I cried at the thought of leaving my grandmother for 2 months. Well, okay, so we are leaving in a couple of weeks, right? To go on summer vacation. And we're gonna be gone for 2 months. I'm gonna be leaving my grandma for 1 month and leaving my grandma for 2 months and leaving my mom for 1 month. My grandma, I'm super close with her. I'm close with both my grandmas, but one grandma I get to see all the time. The other grandma I get to see this summer when we go visit her. So, but the grandma here, I'm super close with her. I go over to her house every week and everything. But, so, it was like, at this point, I think it was like, the thing was, we were going to only go to her house like 5 more weeks afterwards or something like that. And I almost started crying. Actually, no, I did start crying. Because I was like, it made me so sad. That just tells you how freaking emotional I am. And like, empathetic, I don't even know how to like describe that. I'm extremely empathetic. Like anyone's emotions like gets me. Or, like a sensitive personality. Like my coach was super upset at us. Not necessarily me but like our team in general, because we did not listen to her instructions. And then like she was just ticked off at everyone afterwards because some other kids got hurt and stuff like that. She had to deal with a whole bunch of stuff, and like she had a whole bunch of stuff on her. So she wasn't like yelling at any of us specifically or anything. Like she wouldn't really do that. But like I just started crying after I left the swim meet. I have a very sensitive personality. Very sensitive. It probably gets me in a lot more trouble than good sometimes. My phone is, or my tablet is glitching. Oh, speaking of phones, my phone restarted this morning. Oh my god. Oh god. I absolutely could kill it right now because it changed everything in it. Anyways, continuing with Pisces. Woman. Pisces women often possess psychic or intuitive characteristics. I don't necessarily know if that's true. I certainly don't think I've exhibited any of those. Honestly, you know who Pisces women remind me of? Luna Lovegood. Her air of knowing wisdom instantly gives you the sense that you are dealing with a very old soul. I'm not a very old soul. At least I don't think so. If any of you any of you who have stuck around for a little while, tell me if you think I'm an old soul. Anyways, reality is not always her favorite place to inhabit, and often dealing with day-to-day schedules and hard and fast rules will confound her. That is so true, honestly, for me. Anyways, the realm of fantasy and dreams is often where these women feel most comfortable, and they usually have marvelously active inner lives. Their subconscious domains are populated with symbols and meanings that have powerful connections that only they really comprehend. But if you attempt to explore Pisces woman's heart and psyche with her, and show genuine curiosity about her secret internal workings, they will feel immensely gratified. Okay, so that is so true. I love fantasy and dreams is often where I usually am. And it is crazy. I call them my games, but I come up with whole stories in my head. Fan fiction stories, basically. Like, they are basically fan. I used to come up with original stuff, but now I don't really do that anymore. I do a lot of fan fiction just because I love those things. It's never me. It's always a different character. But like right now I'm in a Harry Potter. I've been in Harry Potter for a while, like obsessed with that, games stuff. But right now I'm in the Marauders era. Marauders era. Um, Sirius Black. Enemies to lovers. Why are you talking? Anyways, Sirius Black enemies to lovers type of thing. And yeah, that is in my current game. But I used to or I recently had was a Charlie, Draco, and my character like Golden Trio era game. That one was fun. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, a lot of people don't really comprehend my whole thing in there. But seriously, if someone actually genuinely has curiosity about what goes on in my head, I'm so happy and I will ramble on for hours about it. Anyways, reciprocity is tricky for these giving, generous ladies who often must work on the art of receiving. The water sign is more likely to pour out everything she has in her heart for someone else before taking much time or care for herself. That is honestly so true. I do so much for other people. A great example is my brother. I do so much for him, and he's not the nicest to me. But I do so much for him, and then I forget to take care of myself. You know. Pisces always fight for the underdogs and is known for her soft-hearted ways. She is deeply sentimental and often moved to tears by sad movies and even sappy dog food commercials. I am very sentimental. Often moved to tears by sad movies. Finding Neverland, Bridge to Terabithia, both cried. Cried at both. Sappy dog food commercials, I don't really do. I don't really cry at that. But I do always fight for the underdogs because, yes. Don't make fun of her for her empathetic personality. The world needs more dreamers and practitioners of loving kindness. Sweet Pisces are here to show us all how to be more gentler with each other and with ourselves. Pisces woman in love. Pisces ladies are the ultimate romantics of the zodiac, often losing themselves completely in the fantasy of love. Yeah, I can definitely see that. That's how I end up in a toxic relationship. Yeah. Anyways, boundaries are very permeable for Neptune ruled Pisces, whose watery nature rushes in and subsumes her lovers like a mermaid luring soldiers away from her sword. Huh? I don't know. Easy to fall under her hypnotic spell and lose yourself as well. But her love affairs are often unrealistic and she tends to fall for Completely inappropriate people. Star-crossed lovers are her specialty, and she's a die-hard sucker for a tragic love story, even if it's their own. Um, mm-hmm. Yeah, that just explains my love relationships, and that probably should be a red flag. Oh well, it is what it is. Um, my boyfriend has no problem with that, so it's fine. Um, Pisces woman, home life and family. The home of a Pisces woman is a palace of wonder, strewn with colorful draperies and thick with sweet incense smoke. This is a space for dreaming, often with lots of windows covered with diaphanous fabric and diffuse light swathing her big bed. The bedroom is an important place for a Pisces woman, with her sleeping area outfitted like a boat covered in silken sheets and gorgeous pillows and makeshift canopies constructed from lacy scarves and shawls. Pisces doesn't like a lot of hard edges or stacked surfaces, so expect to find lots of curving furniture covered with the captivating clutter of candles, crystals, oracle cards, and other arachne bric-a-brac. Well, I don't know what bric-a-brac means, but anyways, wait 1 second, y'all. Sorry. But anyways, as I was saying, okay, so literally I have curtains, y'all. Explains the whole. It's not a show, but like, and I do not have fabrics over my windows. I should though. I should. But yeah. And like honestly, my bed, like I don't like hard edges, honestly. Or like I have all my pillows and stuff like that. It's so pretty. Like this, gorgeous. I was the one that picked this out because like I needed. I didn't like the harsh colors. And I don't have candles. I'm not allowed to have candles in my room. I don't have crystals. I have some crystals, but I don't really use them. I don't have oracle cards. I do want to get into that though. And arachne bric-a-brac, what does that mean? Anyways, mystical Pisces love any ritual objects and tools, and she makes beautiful altars everywhere in her home. You'll invoke her ire by sitting your glass down in the middle of any one of those, so make sure that you figure out what's a sacred place when you visit her domain. That's not me. I don't make altars. That's certainly not it. Anyways, time to connect with water is essential to a Pisces woman, so her bathtub may be where she spends much of her time at home, soaking in Epsom salts and essential oils. Don't be surprised if you find her with all her candles lit, reading, watching movies, and taking calls with friends simultaneously, all from the comfort of a clawfoot tub. Honestly, if I could, I would. Like, my baths, I literally have books, like, movies, like, um, candy, all of that. Epsom salts, bath bombs, face masks. My brother's sitting here listening to this. He just fell off my bed, y'all. Anyways. Will you shut up? Okay. Kind-hearted Pisceans. Kind-hearted Pisceans. Quit that! You're gonna break something. Go to your own room. Kind-hearted Pisceans have a tendency to take in strays of all kinds, so she may have a revolving cast of rescues, whether it's a bird with a broken wing whom she's nursing back to health, or a wayward friend sleeping on her couch. Honestly, surreal. Again, if I could, I would. Will you quit? My parents, like, I would take in strays, like, and stuff like that. My parents won't let me. Will you quit throwing stuff at me? I'm trying to do stuff. What the hell just happened? Should a Pisces choose to become a mother, she will be the most generous, loving singer of lullabies and kisser of boo-boos ever, but her children rarely know discipline or boundaries and may need another strong parent to teach them about responsibility. And I will be the most generous, loving singer of lullabies and kisser of boo-boos ever, but, like, I will know discipline and boundaries because I was taught that, and I will teach that to my kids too. But no, I used to help at my dance studio with little kids, and I got the most, like, I would have parents just tell me all the time, be like, oh, this, like, you're amazing, and, like, have, all this, like, so much fun. Pisces woman, work, life, and money. After I finish this article, I'm going to bed because, like, I'm exhausted. Pisces women generally must find occupations where they can express their creativity, spirituality, desire to help others, or ideally an unusual combination of all three. These women are nurturers and healers, although they may not always do this work in the most expected of ways. Some may find their passions for nursing, working as therapists or counselors, or doing holistic healing like Reiki or massage. The Pisces woman is often fascinated by ancient ways of healing magic like astrology or herbalism. These old souls would rather do things the way they were originally done, preferring pen and ink over computers and technology. Yeah, I do have an occupation. My occupation mind does include where I can express my creativity and desire to help others. Spirituality, I don't know. Anyways, sorry. Nursing is not my thing. Or holistic healing. Don't care for any of that. But anyways, Pisces women love art, making, design, anything that gives them the opportunity to play with glamour, color, and whimsy. Costume creation and working behind the scenes at theatrical productions or designing exquisite pieces of clothing would suit the sign very well. Many Pisces love to paint, especially with watercolors, enjoying the play of hues, creating tiny worlds of wonder. So, yes, I love art. Like I said, I created these curtains for my bed. I've created whole outfits. I'm very much an art person. I do theater, but I prefer to be on stage for my theater, rather than behind the scenes. Sorry. But I do like doing, like, outfits and stuff. I made a couple outfits for myself. And I love to paint, especially with watercolor. Watercolor is my thing. I love using my fingers to do it. But yeah. And then, okay, let's continue. But yeah, no, art is my life. It's not something it's my job, my dream job is to, open my own cafe. And so I get to incorporate my art into my baking. But yeah. Sticking to a set schedule can be tough for these ephemeral creatures, and they don't do well in boring corporate environments. Their bohemian ways and eccentric talents must be appreciated, and they need a lot of flexibility. Deadlines can prove deadly for many Pisces. They frequently overcommit themselves or agree to do way more than they can possibly manage because saying no is often extremely difficult for this watery sign. Many Pisces freelance and have several forms of work that they juggle, ensuring that they never get bored. So that's why I like baking, because you never get bored of baking. Or at least I never get bored of baking. Like, I'm probably going to be baking 4 days in a row this week. I have to cook, tomorrow's Friday. So I have to cook Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Tomorrow I'm making bread and focaccia. and that will go into Saturday too, and then Sunday I will be making macarons and carrot cake. But yeah, no, I don't like set schedules. Deadlines sometimes are my worst nightmare. The only time I can really fit a deadline is if I have a really bad consequence, or if I'm going, my college classes, I excel in actually a lot. So my FLVS classes, I don't excel in too much. Well, I still do. But I'm starting to struggle with that because I don't have strict deadlines on that. So I'm starting to struggle there. But I on my college classes I have a strict deadline, and if I don't do it, I don't get points for that assignment, right? So which is why it's much easier for me to stick to those deadlines because I have a big consequence. But yeah. Or if I have something I'm shooting for, then I'm also gonna hit that deadline. But as long as it's like a good enough dopamine thing. I do frequently overcommit myself and agree to do way more than I can manage. But yeah. Being prudent with money isn't a Pisces woman's strong suit. Her generosity and spending habits. Why are we doing this? Sorry. Okay. Her generosity and spending habits, as well as a tendency to be gullible, can often be her downfall. Honestly, yeah. I am very generous with gifts. A lot of times I do handmade gifts just because I feel like that's a lot more practical than buying stuff. But if I do go buy gifts, I then spend, one time I spent $30 on my brother, and it was just for his birthday or something like that. My dad finally convinced me to break it up and give 3 of the gifts to him for his birthday and 3 for Christmas, which is a much better idea than spending $30 on him. And my spending habits aren't that bad. I'm very cheap. I'm kind of cheap with money. It just depends on the thing. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I need that. Other times I'm like, can I get that somewhere else? You know? And I can't be gullible sometimes. Pisces woman gift guide. Pisces woman, I love receiving romantic gifts such as flowers accompanied by a poem that you wrote yourself. They will deeply appreciate anything whimsical and beautiful. Hand-blown glass paperweights, vases, or sculptures in jewel-like tones. Wind chimes turn to exotic scales. And gorgeous stationery sets will delight their hearts, as will fine art supplies or materials for them to create their own artworks. Show them that you support their creativity and spiritual interests, and their hearts will swell with gratitude. That's honestly real. Real. Especially the stationery sets, or giving me art supplies. Or flowers. I love flowers. Anyways, these women adore giving gifts. Yes, I love giving gifts, especially food. Food is my, baking is my love language. It's my love language to you. Anyways, Pisces women love receiving romantic gifts, such as flowers accompanied by a poem that you wrote yourself. They will deeply appreciate anything whimsical and beautiful. Hand-blown glass paperweights, vases, or sculptures in jewel-like tones. Wind chimes turn to exotic scales. Wait, I already read that. Sorry. These women adore giving gifts, but secretly love receiving them even more. Occult goods stores are always full of items that Pisces creates, whether it's bright beeswax, tapers, richly colored ritual incense, or a spell book to write down her own magic castings. Pisces tends to dislike anything plastic, loud, hard-edged, or too modern. Newfangled gadgets might end up in the recycling bin, and anything garish or harsh-looking will offend her sensitive traits. So, honestly, Hobby Lobby is one of my favorite stores to go to. It's expensive, but it's good. Plastic is okay. I do have a lot of stuff that's plastic, so that's not that bad. But loud, it depends on how loud it is. Hard-edged, Again, depending on it, or too modern. It depends, you know. Like, it all depends. This one says Pisces will often adore perfume, especially made from essential oils to smell like water lilies, irises, or rain. Pisces rule the feet, so you might find out her shoe size and choose a pair of well-made leather slippers in her favorite color. When in doubt, go for cerulean, deep to teal, cobalt blue, or soft mauve. Yeah, I guess so. I don't like perfume. But that's also because I have a sensitive nose, and then my mother has a sensitive nose, so I was always told don't wear perfume because it bugs my mom. So I don't really care for perfume anymore. And shoes are okay. If you find me some cute shoes, then yes. And again, blue is my favorite color, so blue is always best choice, but like I'm the person to go without shoes. So yeah. Yeah. But anyways, I think that's all for today. Actually, yeah, I think that's all for today. Um, I'm probably gonna head to bed. So, yeah. Anyways, I will see you all soon. But yeah, I love y'all. Bye!